Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. Gonna get into some bite down boxing. Look, people don't read, and I like to maximize my time. And I've been sitting on this interview from a couple of weeks ago, but it's with undefeated United States heavyweight prospect out of St. Louis, Missouri, Stephan Big Shot Shaw. He fights on NBC Sports Network this Thursday night, December 17th, on the Ring City USA boxing card that'll be on there. Probably starting at about 9 p.m. Eastern time, I want to say. That's where the last one's at. That's the start time of the first two. So he's on there with 2016 Olympian, U.S. Olympian Charles Conwell, super welterweight prospect. And those are the two. I think that's the main event, and the co-main event, I believe, is Stephan Shaw. He gave me his time. We talked for an hour. I get done. My video was messed up because of my equipment, and then the audio was too low on the video that I recorded on my laptop. But I did record as a backup. I recorded the interview on my phone. The volume is a little better. So I was going to write the interview up and put it on www.bitedownboxing.com, but like I said, people don't read, and it takes a lot of time to transcribe audio to an interview that a handful of people are going to read. So I'm going to put the video up with the audio. I'm going to put the video up so that you can hear the audio. It may be a little challenge to listen to in some spots, but that's how I'm going to put it up. Later on today, I probably will get up some kind of interview, some kind of article, and have some time stamps in it. It's an hour interview. We talked about him being in camp with Deontay Wilder. We talked about kind of his history of being signed with Al Heyman starting back in 2013, how he's being avoided, the difficulty as a U.S. heavyweight. We talked about a number of different things. That's why the interview's a little longer. And then we had a couple times where the call got dropped. So the best way was kind of to let you hear the man. He's a good dude. You know, he's a family man, two kids, wife. His dad is involved in his career. Just good family dude. Just a dude that you can truly root for. He just needs opportunity. You can check him out. His opponent's name, Layumbar. I should have looked it up. Check out the interview. Bite down boxing. Don't let them count you out. All right. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind. Oh, that's not good at all. How did that get in there? There we go. I just noticed something with that. Okay. So thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. Actually, it is Pay Me No Mind, but this is some bite down boxing talk. I'm the host of the channel, Wood. Do me a favor if you like the way that anything is being talked about, previewed, discussed, analyzed, reviewed, or whatever. Become a subscriber to the channel. And if you dig the way, like I said, as anything is happening on here, be sure to hit that like button for me. I'm going to bring in my special guest for tonight. His name is, man, I meant to ask you before we started recording. Is it Stephan or Stephan?
It's Stephan.
Stephan?
Yes, sir.
I thought so. Okay. Your guy DeBella messed me up Monday night, man. He was on an interview and called you Stephan, and I was like, I know that's not bruh's name.
Yeah, man. It's Stephan, man.
Because I know you said your mom's name is Stephanie, right?
Absolutely, and I was named after her, so it's Stephan.
Right. So that's where I was going with Stephan. So he threw me off with Stephan. I was like, who the hell is he talking about? But he said Shaw, and mentioned the fight and everything coming up on December 17th, which we'll get into. So, but how's everything been going with you?
Oh man, everything's been good, man. You know, in preparation for my bout, December 17th. COVID-19, to slow down the process, slow down. My work rate is getting slow down. You know, we running and getting it in, but you know, I'm glad, man. I think playing it off, bro.
That's good. That's good. We actually that was the last time that we talked. I think it was at the outset of this thing. I'm not sure how far we were along into the shutdown or anything, but I know it was early on in the process. What was the biggest challenge in getting to this moment where now you have a fight scheduled?
Pretty much the biggest challenge was probably that first quarantine when everybody was quarantined. But you know, everything's been going great. You know, I'm out here in California now. I'm in San Diego in preparation for my fight. You know, I spent 2 weeks in Big Bear, California. So I feel good, man. I feel strong. You know, I feel sharp. You know, I'm just ready, man.
What was the preparation in California in Big Bear about? We hear about Big Bear a lot. So what took place up there? Or who were you able to work with up in Big Bear?
Well, I didn't get any sparring while I was up there, you know, but just to train in that altitude, you know, and just to do the fine conditioning that I was doing up there, you know, running hills, you know, going up a little mountain trail. You know, I went. It's like 7,000. It's like 7,000 feet of elevation in Big Bear Lake, and then I did like an extra 1,100 feet up. You know, as far as running up hills. You know, sprints. You know, just getting that high altitude conditioning going. You know, and I feel strong. I feel good. I feel well prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually, and. You know, Big Bear was my first experience, but it was a great experience for me, and I needed it.
Okay. Who oversaw that part of the training for you? Somebody directing you through all of that, or is it a program? Or
my coach Bashir Abdullah. You know, that was his idea. You know, he just wanted me to. He just wanted to go up there. You know, I felt like Rocky in Rocky 4. You know, you know, in California, but. You know, it was snow up there. You know, it was snow on the ground. It was real cold. You know, just getting that real grit, that grind. You know what I mean? And I feel like it paid off good. My conditioning level is great. My weight is at the lowest it's ever been in my entire life. You know what I mean? Especially as a grown man. So, let alone a fighter. So I feel great. You know what I mean? And you know, I feel well prepared, and these last 2 weeks we just maintaining, you know, and I'm ready to put on a great performance 2 Thursdays from now.
Okay. Now you had come down. I thought for the was it the last fight that you came down for one of your lowest weights, or was it the fight before that?
Yeah, it was my last fight. My last fight was at the lowest weight I ever been as a professional fighter. You know, I was 246, and I came to camp at 246. So that just lets you know where I'm at now. You know what I mean? And I'm feeling good. I'm well prepared. I feel strong. I feel fast. You know, I'm just ready to shine.
I got you. So we'll jump into that in just a second, but I just wanted to check with you. I know we've talked before on, you know, you spent some time in the Wilder camp and, you know, went through a couple of camps with him and whatnot. It's one of the hottest topics in all of boxing right now, man. I just wonder where you were with some of the claims and the statements that, you know, that Wilder has chosen to make, or is making. I don't know if you saw him on the Last Stand podcast, or just have you heard of him in general, and what's your thoughts on some of them?
Oh man, I just whatever Wilder believes, you know, I just leave that up to him. You know, I just feel as if as a professional fighter, I know that, you know, you have state inspectors from the athletic commission, you know, there with you when you're wrapping your hands, from when you're taking your pre-fight drug test, from when you gloving up, you know, and I know it's strict in New York and other states. You know, I never fought in Nevada, but I know Nevada is the number one, you know, is the number one place, you know. It's the mecca of boxing for big fights, you know what I'm saying, Vegas and stuff. So I feel like the thing that we make it, man, if he really feel like that, man, it's like, you know, I really don't know what to say sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't want to believe it. I really don't believe you know, like I said, Nevada State Athletic Commission, you know, they just don't take the credibility down from boxing if they allow something like that to happen, which I don't believe they allow something like that to happen. But hey, man, to each his own, man.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was with it. You know, the thing that kind of ticked me off was, in what I do here, you know, with my YouTube channel and podcasting and everything, you know, I was kind of shunned for looking at it the way that you just mentioned. I'm like, I follow this sport the way that I follow it, and I've been to fights, I've been in a couple of locker rooms, I've been to club shows,
Yes,
I've seen the Ohio State Athletic Commission. It's some fights, it's some promoters here that the Ohio State Athletic Commission is enough of a headache to where they go to, instead of holding shows in Ohio, they go to Kentucky because they have an easier, you know, it's not as stringent, you know, oversight or whatever down there. And here it is, like you just mentioned, we talking about a state that relies on big time boxing for its annual, you know, revenues and what tourism budget and stuff like that. So
talk about it.
So to sit here and think that some of these different individuals would all come together to take down Deontay Wilder, I'm just trying to look at it from a logical standpoint and what everybody has to risk. And, you know, like I said, I had some cats come on and call me different names, and I'm just like, okay, man. I mean, I tried to be as sensible about it as I could, but I guess I can't do that. I gotta take everything that Deontay is saying. Okay.
Hey, it's crazy, man. It's like, you know, the egg weight in the gloves. Like, I don't think, like, you know, us as big men, we fighting in the same type of gloves that we fighting in the same ounce and size of gloves that middleweights fight in. You know, it'd be hard getting our hands in those 10-ounce gloves with hand wraps on. And you know what I mean? Like, for an extra 3-pound, little small egg weight, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. Like I once said before, like, when Fury, like, hand was going back or whatever with the glove and all that, I feel like Fury slaps a lot, man.
Right.
Fury flicks. It's called a flick. You know what I mean? Flicking is these flicking shots. You know what I'm saying? It's not a closed, hard, solid fist. You know, closed. That's like a smack. That's like a backhand. And everybody know that a closed fist does more damage than a backhand. You know, so I just, you know, I don't really know about all that, man. I don't even try to go all in that, man. You know, I feel like, you know, it make the third fight, you know what I'm saying, get a man, say, he beat me first, what? This, or he beat me, you know, all right, do it, let's do it again. Okay, he got that one off, let's do it again. You know what I mean? You know, but to each his own, bro.
Right. And, you know, when I tried to tell some people that I had talked to you prior to the fight, or we talked, maybe it was after the fight and whatnot, but you said that you basically thought that the camp went, you know, fairly well and whatnot, and didn't say that anything was really out of, you know, nothing abnormal happened or anything.
Oh, man, when I was down there, everything was going great. You know what I mean? Everything was going great. I seen Deontay run with weighted vests on. before. You know what I mean? Through documentaries and stuff like that, I've seen him, you know, running in his back, running hills in his backyard. You know what I mean? Through the woods and stuff with his conditioning coach. You know what I mean? And you know, with a weighted vest on. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot, man. It's just a lot, man. You know, it's some of the stuff I ain't even want to believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, you know, it was the perfect set of circumstances as far as, you know, Fury and trying to play mind games and whatnot. They cut off the put the towel over the camera, so that allows some people to run with that. Even though it's all kind of,
but it's all kind of state athletic inspectors back there.
Exactly. And then they, and then they wanted to look into Fury's record of cheating and whatnot. And I'm like, again, you know, I can't say nothing. I can't really speak to the substances and whatnot, but I'm like, again, I'm looking at this particular fight by itself, and I think everything was on the up and up. Based on, like I said, Las Vegas couldn't lose big time boxing for 3 and 4 years, or they couldn't have some $20 million lawsuit because of, you know, this type of situation. So I'm like, I just don't know how important Deontay Wilder is to everybody else to try to take him down when they could just let a fight happen, and, you know, even if Deontay had won, maybe a third fight came back to Vegas or something. I don't.
It's too much revenue. It's too much revenue to be grossed. You know what I mean? For anything, you know. And then, you know, I feel like you know, Deontay got some. You know, he got some great businessmen and savvy businessmen that represent him, and, you know, I feel like the credibility of those guys would be jeopardized if this was allowed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we can get ready to move on, but I just said, you know, the last thing I said was like, all of the complaints were, all these complaints and claims were made, but at the end of all of it, the main thing that he was most adamant about was he wanted the third fight. And I'm like, you don't fight a person again if they really jeopardized your life like that.
That person banned, if they really did all those things, like you would really want that person banned to not box anymore. Like,
you still there? Think you're breaking up a little bit, or going in and out. Stephan. Just lost him. You there? Hello? Sorry about that.
I don't know what happened, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Sorry about that.
Yes, sir.
But no problem, though. Like I said, man, I just, I know you guys had a connection, and that's been one of the, you know, the top headlines the last couple of months, and, you know, hopefully we go on and get through it. You know, hopefully, you know, it seems like they're in mediation right now and whatnot to try to make that fight happen, and hopefully that's something that they can get done.
Yeah, man. For the sake of the sport, you know, because, you know, I don't want to believe, you know what I mean, like, they're allowing that kind of stuff to go on in big time boxing. You know what I mean? It's just hurting the credibility of the whole entire sport. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So, another recent thing, man, just to, you know, a lot's been happening in the heavyweight division, in the ring, actually. And I just wanted to know, man, what was your thoughts on this past weekend's fight with Joe Joyce defeating Daniel Dubois by a 10th round knockout, and then just specifically the conclusion of that fight?
Oh man, I feel like that was, Joe Joyce just beat him with, just basic fundamentals, and that's all you need really. Everybody ain't got to be too fancy. Everybody ain't got to be too wild. You know what I mean? All you got to do is just keep it fundamental, man. Keep it simple. He was pecking him with the jackhammer jab. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what really, did the damage. His jab. And then he was putting short right hands together, sneaky shots. You know what I mean? And just keeping it simple. Just everything straight down the pipe. You know what I mean? I feel like Dubois doesn't have really too much in his arsenal, but trying to bomb you out of there with only really a right hand. He don't really have a hook. He don't really know how to turn over a hook after it. You know what I mean? But I feel like Joe Joyce beat him with just classic fundamental boxing.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, to watch a guy. I don't know if he planned to fight that way, or if he just saw the early success with it and then saw Dubois not kind of be able to adjust to it and just was like, well, hell, I just stick with this.
Yeah, and Dubois never really got his head, never moved his head really, or really brought his hands up. You know what I mean? His hands were at his chin. You know what I mean? And he never raised them up to eye level. Me and my dad, we call it temple high. He never went temple high to where, that jab could have blocked a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? And he never tried to parry the jab. Excuse me. He never tried to parry, the jab or whatever. You know what I mean? Try to get away. You got to go, boxing, you got to go from offense to defense, defense to offense. You know what I mean? So, most of these guys are just big stiffs, man. I feel like these guys are, it's a lot of things that I feel like I can do well against a lot of these guys out here, you know what I mean? And I'm just ready to show what I can do December 17th in Sean.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's kind of been my knock and kind of my constant criticism about some of the guys at heavyweight. Man, I see a lot of guys who just seem to just come into this thing as a brute, and defense and kind of adjustments and all of that stuff are kind of afterthoughts. And it's just like, I'm just gonna take your best shot to land mine, and after that I don't really have nothing to go to.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is, man.
And
that's exactly what it is.
And it's it's just so much more to boxing, and I'm just like, with the trend of the bigger heavyweights, it's just like, damn, y'all can do better than this, man. But if they don't put that in their bag though, that should bode well for you down the stretch though, when your time really arrives. I ain't lose you again, did I? Man, this is killing me. We just lost him again. Hopefully he called back one more time. I don't know what's going on with my internet. Thankful for his time though. Sorry about that, man.
Oh, it's all good, bro. It's all good. I don't know what's going on.
It is.
Cool. It's good.
This signal stuff. But so let's move on, man. Like I said, Dubois. What was your take on the ending of that though? Damn.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What was your take or your thoughts with him taking the jab and dropping to the knee and basically accepting the 10 count? Monday morning, Sunday morning, the argument is that he quit and whatnot, but I thought he did what he had to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was. He quit, but you know, he lived to fight another day, man. You know, if he would have probably kept going on, you know, the way he took that knee and the way he was willing to take that 10 count, you know, I feel like there was a lot of damage done to that eye. You know what I mean? And it's easy to get a detached retina. It's easy to, you know, the eye is one of the most sensitive spots on the body. You know what I mean? You know, especially in boxing. You know what I mean? So he had to be careful and cautious, and you know, I guess he just wanted to live to fight another day, and you know, he was willing to accept defeat that night.
Yeah, I thought, you know,
more well-rounded, you know, and better prepared.
Good deal. So let's get to it, man. Like you said, you mentioned the how did this fight come together, man? You like you mentioned, you're coming up December 17th against. Do you know how to say this cat's first name, man? Or I'm looking at his Leo Bumir Pinchuk.
Yeah. We call him Pinchuk. You know what I mean? It came about, you know, it just came. It was a fight that was presented to me, and I'm ready to defeat him. You know what I mean? I'm ready to make a statement against him, and I'm just ready to just get back up in the ring and just shine. I'm glad that it's on TV. You know, NBC Sports with the Ring City USA series that they just started. You know, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I've been out the ring for a year now. And like I said, I'm excited. I've been getting some decent quality work. You know, I sparred a top Olympian. You know, I sparred a kid from Ohio, Ronnie Hines. You know, I sparred a couple other guys, and I'm feeling good. I feel well prepared. You know, like I say, I'll be in my 230s for this fight, and I feel great, man, going into this fight. And I'm just ready to show what I'm about and just do my thing and be victorious.
Does it mean anything in particular to you to be, you know, it is a new outfit with Ring City USA, but for you to be the first heavyweight to be on there?
Yes, I feel like that's a good platform. You know, I feel like that's a great look for me. You know, the first heavyweight on the card. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna be like the co-main event. You know, and I feel great about it. You know what I mean? It's a great opportunity for me. I haven't really had that much TV exposure, well, national broadcast exposure, like I will from this bout. You know, you've seen me in action, and I'm just ready to show what I can do, and I'm ready to show what you seen when you saw me fight.
Definitely. And those, just for anybody checking out the video, I saw Big Shot back in March of 2019 in Columbus, Ohio, against Donovan Dennis, and then I've also, you know, everybody had the opportunity to check you out on UFC Fight Pass. I think that was the Willie Jake fight, which was that one, I think, in August of 2019, I believe. But have you seen anything of this Pinchuk, or are you not too concerned about what he can do because you know what you can do?
I'm pretty much well prepared for what he brings to the table. He's more of I can say, a high volume type of guy to try to explain his style. You know, he's a boxer. You know what I mean? He doesn't seem like he's a big puncher. And prepared for whatever he brings. What I do best, you know, and that's just be me, be first, and be smart, take my time, you know, work behind my jab, and just let whatever happens. The knockout come, it come, you know. If he buck, I gotta drop him. And like I say, man, I'm just focused on what I can do more than, you know, what he's gonna do. But I'm ready to make any kind of adjustments. I'm prepared for whatever he brings to the table, and I'm just excited, man. I'm happy. You know, I feel good. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm just ready to perform, bro.
So Pinchuk is 12, 1-1, 7 KOs. Like you said, that kind of indicates that he's not the biggest puncher. Just for context, he has a 8-round majority decision over Johnny Langston, and Langston is a cat that some of you might have seen a couple months ago. He was one of the he made it to the 3rd round against Jared Anderson out of Toledo, Ohio. So like I said, to just give you some context, do you think that I know last time you were on, I mentioned that on BoxRec, you have moved up into the top 10 of American heavyweights. Still not showing up in the international rankings just yet. But do you think a spectacular performance here could catapult you into, those top 15 discussions?
Yeah, I believe so. Slowly but surely, man, I'm making that push. You know what I mean? I think it's due to exposure. How much people see you on TV. Everything is political, man. From this COVID-19, this a global pandemic. You know what I mean? And I feel like with boxing, they have to see you on TV doing things. You know what I mean? For people to feel like you're a viable contender. You know what I mean? Or feel like you're somebody to talk about. And I just feel like this is a great opportunity to display my talent to the world and show what I can do against a live international fighter. He's a Ukrainian. I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to just do my thing and just prove to the world what I'm about and try to make that push into the top 15. And with each fight, just keep growing and building my stock with each fight. You know what I mean? The more you fight on TV, the more people talk about you. The more you're in the public eye, the more people can access you. The more, like I say, the more you're talked about. So I'm just ready to get them to start talking.
Right. You're 28, he's 24. Do you know how tall he is? They don't have his height listed.
I believe he's like 6'3".
Okay.
You know what I mean? I believe he's like 6'3".
Okay.
6'4".
So kind of so you guys would be kind of eye to eye.
Yeah. But like I say, I'm just prepared for whatever.
What are you seeing? So you mentioned being down into the 230s.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you at 254. Like you said, you came in against Corbin at the 246. What is the 230s version of Big Shot Shaw? What's something that stands out to you that you're, that's enhanced, being in the 230s?
Well, just the fine tuning of my body. Sharpness, reflexes, quicker reflexes, hand speed, I still feel stronger than Ox, and I feel like my reflexes, my recovery, just overall better shape. You know what I'm saying? Toning my body, and I'm just building. Like I say, I'm just trying to build my stock with each fight, so I come to this fight, the most prepared I've ever been, especially in my eyes, because I know me better than anyone knows. So right now I'm fluctuating around like 239, 238. I've got low as 234, but I still fluctuate around 240, 239. You know what I mean? I feel strong. I feel good. I have a better diet. And I think it's just all part of maturity, man.
Yeah, and just hearing you say that, I'm pretty impressed because, to maintain that weight through the COVID situation when, fights weren't coming in and you didn't know when anything was going to be coming together for you. So, to see you 7 to 8 months hell, 9, 10 months later, still maintaining that weight, that definitely speaks to what you're trying to do 2 weeks from now.
Hey, talk about it, bro. That's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I feel good. I still feel strong. I had some sparring today, and I feel sharp as a Gillette blade. I was trying to do 8 rounds in the gym. Sparring partner could only do 7. And I was ready to do. I was able to still do. I could have did 10. If I wanted to. You know what I mean? So, if I had to. So. I feel good, man. I feel real good. Combinations, quick, explosive, and I just feel great.
Got you. So you guys are scheduled for an 8-round fight. When would you be heading? You're in San Diego right now, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm in San Diego.
And when will you guys start making your way up to Los Angeles to get into their bubble or whatever?
We head up on the 14th. We head up on the 14th, and we'll be up there, like I say, for about like 3 days or whatever. And just to get quarantined into that bubble up there. And we make that trip on the 14th of December.
Okay. How have you managed? How have you or your team? I'm interested to know. How are you guys managing? Protocol or, COVID protocol or maintaining a bubble type environment on your own. How are you going about that, or who's in charge of that on the team?
Well, my dad has been with me my entire camp. I love my dad. This is my second camp, with my dad, fully with me fully through the whole length of the training camp. And he's been my nutritionist. He's been my chef. He's been my assistant. He's assisted my coach Bashir, my head trainer. Excuse me. And he's just been doing a little bit of it all, man. He's been making sure, that I take my vitamins. He's been making sure that I, stay well, that I stay clean. That I stay well-rounded with what I have to do, as far as, whenever he goes to the store or we go somewhere, we got our mask on, we have on mask shields, and I really don't go too much any place besides the gym. If he goes to the store, he's doing that on his own, and he comes back and, cooks me my dinner. You know what I mean? And we just been trying to stay as much, quarantined up here as we can. And when we were in Big Bear, we stayed at a log cabin. We stayed at one of the homes off the lake. It was a beautiful environment. He was the chef there for for a couple of people that was up there. You know what I mean? He was the chef for us all. So I take my hat off to my father. I love my father. He's the one that actually started me. You know what I mean? He taught me pretty much everything that I've known, up until, he led me over to Coach Bashir, and every step of the way he's been there, and he's still here, and he's just been taking care of me.
Okay. I just, what'd you think about, we've seen, in the heavyweight division, we saw Jagba come back and have a flat outing. The Guido Vianello cat got by with a draw against the Kingsley EB guy. I just wondered, are you catching all of this and kind of taking notes and
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, you know it. I'm watching all of them. Actually, I fought Jonathan Rice when I was 23 years old. I beat Jonathan Rice. You know what I mean? Easy fight. You know what I mean? Real easy. You know what I mean? I ain't get the knockout like I wanted to. I think I started a little too late. Right around the 56th round, I really started picking it up. I feel like if I'd have had a couple more rounds, I could have got him up out of there. But I already beat him when I was a young buck. You know what I mean? And I had just got married. You know what I mean? A month before that. So I was in marital bliss. you know what I mean, feeling great, you know what I'm saying, and took that fight. And when I was, you know, but I've been watching them all, you know what I mean. When I was with the previous people that I was with, you know, they told me when I fought Jonathan Rice, oh, this your last bomb, you know what I mean. But here he is fighting the Olympian of 2016 in Effie Jogbe on national TV on ESPN. But I'm one of them guys that gave him an L. And the Italian kid, I seen him. He didn't look too good. You know, and like I say, I'm licking my chops, man. You know, I feel like most of those guys hold the seat that I feel like I need. You know what I mean? And they all on my hit list. Every last one of them. Everybody.
Now, with that said, and just some different fighters that I've talked to here and there, you know, have you been contacted all for any of the, you know, the Hergoviches, the Babicks, the Junior Fives, Parkers? We saw Parker fight back in February. I believe he fought Winters, Shondell Winters. Winters made a last minute trip overseas to fight Babic. You know, have any of these?
No, I haven't got those calls to fight none of those guys.
Think that's just a matter of you know, too big of a risk, or?
I feel like it's too big of a risk and no reward. You know what I mean? Again, like, it all comes with exposure. You know what I mean? You know, and I just feel like, you know, they know who to call out. They know who to make those fights with. And whenever they fight me, it's going to be big fights. You know what I mean? It's not going to be some lackluster one promoter side fight. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm a quality fighter. You know, top quality fighter, elite fighter. You know what I mean? And I feel like I ain't nobody just to sneeze at. So, of course, I haven't got those calls for those fights.
Okay, so if if a call came through from a Hergovich to face him, or even this Babic guy who's not even as far along as you, but he is being a little bit more active based on, you know, his networking and affiliation and whatnot. But
Absolutely.
What would go into it for you in taking, say, just a Hergovich as example? If that call's come through, what would be a factor in taking that fight?
Well, it has to be, you know, I feel like, you know, we both still, like, at the, like, prospect contender/contender level, you know, and I feel like those fights coming down the line, you know what I mean? I feel like those fights are coming down the line, and it just got to be the right situation, you know what I mean? You know, those fights are nothing to sneeze at. You know, it has to be a great situation, you know, and I love those fights.
Right now, would it be more just, I mean, would ideally, would it be like, I'm going to need at least, you know, I need 8 week window or something, or would it be money, or is it just kind of where you are in your development, or as as fights are getting lined up for you, or as things are getting lined up for you in the big picture?
I feel like it's a little bit of all the above. You know, everything you just spoke on, you know, will have to be took in consideration. Well, taking those fights, you know, it has to be the right opportunity. You know what I mean? It has to be the right financial situation. It has to be the right, you know, timing, you know, for the real preparation. Because, again, you know, I'm not going to come into this fight half-cocked. I'm not going to come into no fight half-cocked. I'm going to be ready. You know what I mean? And it just got to be the right situation. You know, I'm not no bum. You know what I mean? I'm not no stepping stone. I'm not just some opponent. You know, I'm a viable, young prospect/contender from America. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, they just got to give me the right fights. You know what I mean? For me to get on that plateau for those fights to be big fights.
Gotcha. Understood. So with that said, you know, how do you kind of, or when, who, or how, you know, do you kind of envision your step-up fight happening, or, you know?
Well, I want to know, like what's really, like, what is a step-up fight? Because, You know, if you looked at Hegovich's last fight, he fought Rydell Booker, and was that a step up fight for him?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, none of them guys been fought top 10 contenders. They still fighting. Like I say, Ajagba, he just fought a guy that I already didn't beat.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they have to have step up fights. Like, you know what I mean? You know, I just feel like I haven't even got on the same type of, you know, streak of fighting guys that on the level that they're fighting, like far as the Rydell Bookers and like I say, Hegovich fought Greg Corbin. I fought Greg Corbin right after.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And the doctor was trying to stop the fight in the first round, but the referee had his back turned and couldn't see it. You know what I mean? Couldn't see the doctor trying to stop the fight after I dropped. And I dropped him way harder than Hegovich. They actually took that fight off of, whoever uploaded the fight once to YouTube. Somehow it got taken off YouTube. You know what I mean? And I just feel like I just need that exposure behind me. I feel like I need that push. I feel like I need that machine behind me. And, you know, I feel like this fight that I have coming up December 17th, you know, will propel me to having that push and having that machine behind me. You know, and, you know, I'm just excited and ready to show the world what I can do.
True. And like I said, I'm mainly just asking kind of, you know, what's your expectation? And I know, take care of business, you know, in 2 weeks, do what you got to do, look great. And then
I'm not trying to look over this guy. I'm just looking through him. You know what I mean? And I'm just ready to just handle my business on the 17th and take him serious, you know, because he's a live guy. You know, he has two hands, you know, but, you know, his heart pumps blood just like mine do. So I'm ready to just really strike on this guy and ready to shine.
Got you. What'd you think of Tony Yoka? I don't know. Did you have a chance to check out his fight against Hammer?
No, I didn't take a look at it, but I saw the results. I saw it was a decision. You know, he fought Jonathan Rice after me. You know what I mean, I already had beat Jonathan Rice, and then he turned around and fight him. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sure he fought Jonathan Rice for a lot more money than I did. You know what I mean? You know, I feel like, you know, I don't even really make a living wage as a professional boxer, but I'm still grinding and still doing it. You know what I mean? I feel like most of these guys, you know, these guys are financially stable. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I've contemplated on working. I contemplated on, you know, stuff like that, you know, as a fighter. You know what I mean? And I try to give 110% to my craft, you know, but, you know, it's tough. It's tough, you know what I mean, not having that financial backing behind you like those other guys, you know what I mean? But I definitely saw Tony Yoka fight Hammer, and I think Hammer went to decision with Luis Ortiz, so, you know, I knew he was going to be like a tough, durable, you know, journeyman type guy, you know what I mean? You know, I'm just ready for those type fights, you know what I mean, to get me into that level, you know what I mean?
Right. And I look at Yoka, I wouldn't, you know, I did a review or my reaction video to it and whatnot. I didn't think he did much too special or anything. It didn't really, but I did see that he hurt his hand after the fight, that he had hurt his hand, so maybe that's why he didn't change up things too much. But I still was expecting a little bit more from a guy that's, you know, he's number 10 in the IBF right now. And, you know, like I said, you gotta be on these guys' heels. You know, if, like you said, if you can get the if you can get to the consistently fighting, which, you know, we hope that happens in 2021.
Yes, sir, man. I feel like I'm on these boys' heels. I feel like, you know, and I turned pro before these guys, man. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of, you know, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of politics in boxing, man. I don't really want to get too deep off into it, but, you know, it's a lot of things that transpired, you know, pretty much like basically with the people I was with before, you know, they didn't really believe in me like the people I'm with now, you know. And I feel comfortable in that situation, you know. To where, you know, I just put my head down and I'm just grinding. That's a testament to me being 230 something right now, you know what I mean, and just grinding real hard, you know what I'm saying, because they gonna know me and they gonna remember me because I'm gonna be world champion and I plan on being one of the greatest fighters to ever live.
Gotcha. Now, you know, one thing that's kind of somewhat interesting is you know, say you get rid of this guy quickly and don't you know, take too much damage or anything or very little, you know.
Right.
You know, you think it'll be a chance to pop back up with Ring City?
Yeah, it's definitely a great chance. It's definitely a great chance. You know, if they willing to have me back, I'm willing to fight. You know what I mean? And I'm just ready to just keep fighting consistently and just get on that plateau I feel like I need to be on.
Right. What'd you think about I mean, did you get a chance to check out the first one that was headlined by O'Shaquie Foster and Miguel Roman? What was your thoughts on, you know, that's where you're headed to get your next action in. What'd you think about the whole presentation, the whole broadcast?
Yeah, I liked it, man. You know, I liked it. You know, back in the day, they used to have fights on NBC Sports. You know what I mean? And I just love it. I saw Shocky's fight. You know, he looked great. You know, me and him fought on that same card that I fought on back in December.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, you know, I like the presentation of it, and it was pretty neat. It was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I like how the ring was set up. I like the outdoor setup, and you know, I'm just ready to just claim my domain and just do my thing.
That's good. So like I said, man, I that was really all the questions I had. I was just excited to hear DeBella mention your name the other day, and then you know, I put two and two together and realized that you had a fight coming up. Like I told you, I had to get off social media, man. It was too much negativity on there for me, man. So I don't see what's going on with you on Instagram anymore. But like I said, it was just great to hear your name, because sometimes.
And I really did. I didn't check out that interview with DeBella. What did DeBella say?
Oh, he just he was on there just mainly, you know, he just reiterated the fact that, you know, like you said, he's one of the he has one of the larger rosters in the U.S., but is one of the guys that doesn't have a you know, a TV partner or a network partner, and he just said he was out here, you know, he's basically in the field with y'all guys, or in the trenches with you guys, trying to make it happen and trying to deliver you know, fights and whatnot. And then towards the end, he got more into talking about his battle with trying to get some traction for women's boxing. But then he just mentioned, you know, he said, yeah, I can't remember exactly. He just said a couple of sentences about you. And like I said, I guess it was more just, it's difficult, you know, the heavyweight division is picking up and whatnot. Here he is with a couple of different heavyweights, but he's not able to get you guys the looks that he'd like to get, because he doesn't have that partner. And he was mainly just saying that these exclusive deals right now are really a hindrance, you know, unless you have one of those deals.
Yeah, man, that's what I say, man. It's tough, you know. These people, you know, they, you know, other promoters and stuff have their own platforms that they creating. You know what I mean? Via app. You know what I mean? Via, you know, cable networks. You know, and it's just regular, just premium TV networks, you know, and it's kind of tough, you know what I mean? Everybody is vying for a spot, you know what I mean, for a piece of the pie, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you're not really trying to create your own pie, you know what I mean, you know, it's just going to, like you say, you just be in the trenches with your fighters, you know, and it's been tough, man. It's been really tough, you know. Like I say, I feel like I'm top talent. You know, I feel like I'm America's next great heavyweight. You know what I mean? And I'm just looking for the platform to just keep me consistent and keep me fighting, man. You know, that's pretty much it, man. Boxing is just in a funny place right now, and it's just tough. It's just tough for the whole world, you know. So I can't cry and complain. I could just go hard in what I'm doing. You know, keep a strong conviction with God right now and forever until He call me home. You know, and you know, keep praising God. You know, keeping my faith in God. You know, and doing my part, tying my camel. You know, and just being strong mentally, physically, and keeping God with me spiritually through these tough times, man. But you know, God don't put things in front of you that He feel like you can't handle. You know, He give His toughest battles to His strongest soldiers, and I feel like I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. And with that mentality, I feel like can't nobody beat me, and I feel like you know, my time will come. You know, I feel like it is coming.
Right. And I tell you, man, I mean, I wasn't even trying to, I didn't even mean to imply or like you're stuck on ring sit or anything. But I think with you being a heavyweight, and like I said, you go in here and had a right performance, I think it would behoove them to, you know, if they could get you back in, you know, in January or something or whatever, you know, what better way to go than to have an American heavyweight associated with the platform?
Talk about it, man. Talk about it. I feel like it'll be great, man. I feel like it'll be great, and I feel like it will be great. Like I said, I just keep my faith in God, and God is gonna handle every situation that I tend to worry about, tend to think about, and you know, God is gonna make it happen for me. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely. You know, I keep my fingers crossed. It hasn't been easy. Like I tell you, I signed with Al Heyman in 2013. You know, after only coming back to boxing for about 2 years, you know, and winning 2 national championships. And it's been rough over these past 7 years. You know what I mean? I have a 7-year-old son. I have a 3-year-old son. You know, I'm married. You know, I'm 28 now. I turned pro when I was 21. You know, and I'm still here. You know, I've been talked about. You know, about some of the most, you know, by some of the people we see on TV, you know, when some of these big fighters fight, you know, and I never let any of that shake me or break me. You know, it only just made me, you know what I mean? And, you know, it just, you know, I look for that mental edge. I look for that fuel, you know what I mean? And I often think about a lot of that stuff when I'm grinding. You know, and I'm going to make everybody that had anything negative to say about me eat their words, you know what I mean? Because they try to make something out of these guys that they know really ain't really about it, you know, and like I say, I ain't made no excuses, you know, I ain't did nothing but grind, you know what I mean? And like I say, I'm not even in a financial stable place in my life, you know what I mean? I'm really in the gutter with this, you know what I mean? So I'm just grinding, bro. I'm just grinding, and that's all I focus on is my grind. And when I get in there, that's gonna be my time to shine. Period.
Now, that's, you know, I'm glad you mentioned that because you made me think. I'm sitting there looking at this when I mentioned Alan Babic and you know, just what I'm seeing with the David Adelaide or whatever. No disrespect to his name, but I'm just looking at the Fabio Wardley. It just seems like the heavyweight scene is so much more vibrant over in the UK, and it's just
slow feet here.
Yeah, why can't this pick up more?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the people in the UK, you know, that it's a platform that they can show these heavyweights. And, you know, they have the big fish over there in Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? So they making heavyweights so he can have viable opponents. You know what I mean? And, you know, and I feel like they using whatever American that they can to use as stepping stones, but not me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be in a position where we're gonna have mega fights, and I promise you that.
Got you. Well, like I said, man, I'm excited to check you out, man. And I don't have to sign up for nothing. I don't have to, I don't have to pay no subscription. I think it may have been your fight. I'm pretty sure that's when I ended up signing up for Fight Pass, and the way that I think I went through, instead of going straight to like UFC Fight Pass or UFC.com or whatever, I signed up through something else, and the way that they offered you a subscription was you had to pay for the entire year. And I was like, well, I'm gonna take this leap of faith that they're gonna have 3 or 4 more boxing shows, and I'm gonna go on and sign up. And I think they had a couple. It wasn't nowhere near as many as I wanted, but and then once COVID hit, I lost the last 4 or 5 months of it anyway. But but like I said, this week, everybody that's checking this out, you can check it out on NBC Sports Network. I think it's great that another platform is getting involved with boxing. And actually, I listen. Have you had any dealings with any of the Ring City people yet?
No, I haven't talked to anyone from Ring City.
Okay.
I let my manager handle all that. But I'm going to meet everybody once I get out there. And I feel like with my charisma and with my intellect, I feel like they will become fans. And I feel like they'll like me, And if they don't like me, I'm a force y'all to like me, I'm just blessed, man, for real, through it all. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a thousandaire. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still blessed, because you don't have to be you don't have to be a millionaire to know that you're blessed. When I look at my children, I look at my wife, and I look at the circumstances that I overcame coming from St. Louis, Missouri, and having great parents and a great foundation, I'm blessed, and with that, I can do anything.
Yeah, that's definitely the perfect foundation. Perfect foundation. And yes, I was just saying that, a couple of those guys that are involved, I used to listen to their podcast. All of them just kind of walked away from the media stuff in the podcast game when they went to launch Ring City. And out of all of the, like I said, out of all of the podcasts that are out there, 2 or 3 of them that had shows, I would listen to them, and it was they were kind of boring. And I wouldn't even say boring. They were kind of straightforward, but I felt like and listening to them talk about launching Ring City and what the objective was with the series, I just felt like it was real boxing, and that's kind of what you need to get to where, because people don't respect all the grooming and the development process. They just want to see all the bright lights and all that other, and it takes so much to get there, though.
Yeah, man. Behind every great fighter, there's a great promoter, great matchmaker, great manager. You know what I mean? All of this stuff has to take place, man. It's not, it's the boxing business, man. And everything has to line up. You know what I mean? Because, again, the true successful people have everything lined up for them, but I feel like I'm getting mine out the mud because God got something truly greater for me. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, all of that stuff works hand in hand. You know what I mean? Having a great team behind you, having great foundation with you. You know what I mean? And then that's where I feel like I need. And I feel like that's what's happening for me. Slowly but surely. My time is about to seize, and my time is about to really take place. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed about it. I'm happy.
Got you. All right. Well, look, man. I appreciate your time, man. Always appreciate your time. And actually, the card on tonight's Ring City USA is just starting, so I'm gonna jump on off of here. December 17th.
Yeah, they got Brian. Yeah, they got Brian Sabello. He's fighting on there. He's signed with Split T Management as well.
Got you. So December 17th. I would imagine it starting 9 p.m. Eastern time. December 17th. That's a Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
And my man Stephan Shaw, Big Shot, is taking on I'm just gonna call him Pinchuck in the co-main event.
Yes, sir.
And what's the final word for anybody tuning in that night?
And just feast your eyes on the next great American heavyweight. And I'm just about to do my thing, and I appreciate everyone who would tune in. You know, and I'm just ready to be great, man.
Got you. All right, man. Best of luck to you. You know, I hope all the testing down the stretch. You know, we losing some of these events, some of these fights and whatnot. I don't want to wish none of that on you. You guys keep doing what you're doing, man, and make it to fight night. And then, like you said, just make all your words come true, bro.
Yes, sir, brother. Absolutely. All praise. Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Take care, man.
All right now.